when you lose a thing or when you grieve a thing, right?
Right.
So all grief is the right and appropriate response of sadness to a significant loss.
Mhm. Now, let's stop there because that's a good point.
Okay.
Loss. People just think it's death.
Okay, so this is where, right, you're about to get me into my bag. This is
Oh,
what I do.
that
Okay.
you come with
So,
this
no,
really
listen.
need that.
So, the biggest thing with grief is that people don't understand what it is, right? So, it is a different kind of thing than people use. And that's why metaphors matter. They are important. They teach you how to navigate reality. So when you come to, all right, what kind of a thing is this? People, the predominant thing that people are going to say is they're going to say grief is a journey. Journeys have starts and they have ends, and grief starts
And
here.
they say it gets better every
Give
day.
it time, and
Yes.
and the only thing that you do when you tell people grief is a journey, you convince them that there is some light at the end of what often feels like a closed tunnel. And you give them the only thing in the world that is worse than real pain, and that is false hope. Right? It is like waiting for a bus in the Dallas summer that is never coming. So what we want to do is say, oh, no. Grief is not some event that we can broad jump over, right? Grief, it's more helpful for us to think of grief not as a journey, but a language, okay? The goal of a language is not to finish, it is to become fluent. It is for the purpose of connection. It's meeting a complete stranger, this first time we met.
I don't feel like it though. now.
But this is what I'm saying, because you meet somebody else who is fluent in your native tongue, and you just speak in the same way that if you're in Japan or somewhere and you hear somebody in a gift shop and they got that, Chesapeake, that 757 in their drawer,
I act the
you
fool
turn
too.
around and y'all are best friends, not because y'all know one another, but because they speak a dialect of your tongue. So when it comes to grief, this is the thing that folks don't know, or that folks miss, is that if grief is a language, every language has different dialects. Grief has at least two. Tangible grief, right? That is, I have a loved one. Their body is dropped into the ground at Sparkman Hillcrest, right up the road. I go to see them buried. The tears from my cheek water the gravesite, and I'm surrounded with people that give me support, at least for the first year. Ambiguous grief. This is a dialect that people don't know, but if you've ever gone through it, you're like, this is not just me being sad. This is like grief. Ambiguous grief is a death with no funeral, funerals with no caskets. It is having an entire life. Chimamanda, in her book Notes on Grief, she talks about the death of her dad, and one of the things that she says is she woke up with this sense, and this is how she knew it was grief. You wake up and you say, how quickly my life has become another life. That is the death of a marriage, right? Your name is the thing that you carry with you through your whole life. It is your identity, and that changes how quickly my life has become another life. Chronic illness, death of a friendship, death of the idea or picture that you had of somebody in your mind, right? And that's hard because it's one thing for somebody to die and they're not here.
Right.
It's another thing for somebody, you are alive, but not as I thought that you were.
No, the form of the relationship has changed.
It is gone.
And I mean, I saw marriage as a lifetime commitment,
saying.
right? And so even my first husband and then my second, it definitely was a death of, like you said, something that I saw for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that was something that I should have taken the time to grieve.
Well, and it's I think I'm interested to hear from you with those things, right? Most people don't know to call them grief because they don't feel the permission to call them grief. And people will, on their best days, say, why are you so sad all the time? But on their worst days, they'll critique them and say, you should get up. You should do this.
Don't
Look
even.
at all of what you have.
Honey.
Look at this.
Oh, God.
Nobody's died. And your brain, this is the thing, your brain and your body do not physiologically know the difference between a tangible loss and an ambiguous loss. So when you were in that time, what was life like? What did it feel like?
Well, which part of it? You mean after divorces or my sister, my mom?
Yes,
all of it.
All of the above.
Because I've been on this journey, I've been really just working. So, I mean, first of all, God put me in isolation. So the last few years, I've really been able to do a little bit more searching. And one of the things I realized was I never grieved the loss of my mother for like 20 some years. It was like I had to survive it. And I have no idea. I don't know why I didn't really truly grieve it. I mean, of course, I was devastated. She had a 5-year battle with breast cancer. I remember having that ugly, ugly, hurtful cry the night of her funeral, later that night. But then it was like I jumped right back into life, right? And then from there, boom, I can just see where I started just making decisions that were not smart, wise decisions. And I realized I never took time between the different losses. First of all, like you said, I didn't even know marriage was supposed to be treated like grief, right? Yeah. And because I love marriage, I love family, it was my heart to jump, okay, I gotta find my next husband, bring my family together, create a family. I love love, right? Yeah. So, but I never took the time to treat it like you're saying. Like, this is a major loss. You've got to heal. So I don't think I did anything much justice moving forward. Yeah. Just starting with my mother.